I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and while I am staying home and stitching, I decided to tackle out a project that I have been putting off forever, making myself some reusable fabric shopping bags. These started out as a fitted sheet that had worn out and that my daughter asked me if I could use, and because it is such a pretty print, of course I thought I could make bags out of it. And if you'd like to watch, I'll show you how you can adapt an old fitted sheet into some shopping bags of your very own. I've been putting off this project forever because I'm afraid of messing up my sheet, which is silly. This is a fitted sheet. A flat sheet would absolutely be better for this project, but if I have a flat sheet with the design this good on it, I'm saving it for a quilt back, and this is the sheet I have. Step one is going to be to cut off the elastic. This particular sheet has elastic going all the way around the top and bottom of the sheet, so this will be a bit of a project. See you in a minute. My next step was to cut the seams in the corners, which these have some funky angles to them that I don't understand. Basically, it gave me a piece of fabric shaped like this with some odd angles. I am going to tear here and here to give myself a great big rectangle of fabric to work with, and then I will probably use the ends for the straps. I have not measured this sheet because it is big and bulky and I don't have the patience for that. A queen sheet is 60 by 80 inches, so I should have at least that much fabric to work with. Assuming this is a queen size sheet, it might be a king for all I know. It was a hand-me-down. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth, and the more fabric the better, and the more shopping bags I'll get. I tore an 18-inch wide strip the length of my sheet and folded it into quarters. So because that's the size the sheet was, and because I decided to go 18 inches wide, this is going to be the size of my bag. I've got one doubled over piece here for the outside, one for the lining. If I had a coordinating sheet, I suppose I could do contrasting outsides and lining, but honestly I am just trying to do this in a hurry so that I can get myself some bags. So I took each of my long strips and cut them in half. Then I folded that half in half, right sides together, sewed up each end on this side and that side with a 1/2 inch seam. I was going to be all fancy and box the corners, but this sheet is so much farther gone than I thought it was that I'm not going to bother on this one. I'll box corners next time around. I have got both of my pieces, my inside and outside, sewn along the sides. One of them is turned right side out, the other is wrong side out. I'm going to tuck this one inside of that one. Here we go. I've got one inside the other so the right sides are together because one is right side out, one is wrong side out. I'm going to match the side seams. I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around the top, leaving 6 inches or so I can turn it right side out. And then I am going to make myself a strap. I changed plans which is the strap fabric. I totally know what I'm doing here, guys. I changed plans midway through and decided the center of the sheet was the most worn, so I'm going to use that for my strap since it has been doubled up. It will be. Yeah, like I said, I totally have a plan for this. The center of the sheet was worn the thinnest. I'm going to use that for my strap because I'm going to have it folded over on itself, and I think that that will make up for the thin spots and give it enough strength to do what I want to do. So this is an 8-inch strip that I tore from what was originally a 16-inch strip going to be a bag. I folded it in 2 inches on this side and 2 inches on that side to meet in the middle. Then I'm going to fold it in half, so I have 4 layers of fabric. I'm going to sew it down 1/4 inch or so from each edge, and that is going to make my strap. I've used this technique before on library book bags, and it comes out very sturdy, and like I said, any weakness in the fabric from that thin spot, I think the extra layers is going to more than compensate for. If not, I'll learn from my mistakes. I have torn the straps off of a lot of book bags over the year. I like heavy books and they don't hold up well. So I turned under the ends and stitched them. I do a square of stitching with an X inside, and then sometimes go over that twice depending on how excited about the bag I am. Hasn't failed me yet. So in a little less than an hour and a half, I have sewed myself 2 reusable cloth grocery bags out of a sheet that was really not good for much else but the landfill because it was worn so thin. There actually was fabric for a third bag and strap, but I held off on sewing that till later because my camera's been cranky lately and I did not want to have to reshoot any of this when I didn't have matching fabric to sew it with. So 1 queen size fitted sheet will get you 3 good size bags. Honestly, if I had known how threadbare that fabric was, I might have rethought this project. I did these quick and in a hurry. I tore my fabric instead of cutting it. I eyeballed, I did not measure, I did not iron, and yes, I could have made them fancier. But they are just for going in the back of my minivan to haul groceries. If they'd been a gift or for sale, or if I had cared what anyone else thought about the finished project, sure, I could have been more careful, but this is the quick and easy version of how you can get this done. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle, and I'll be back with you again soon. I need more reusable bags, and I've got a couple other fabric options I can't wait to try out.